So Jerry here. Welcome, ladies. Welcome in this Sunday of April. Very warm weather so far here in Switzerland. Let me know where you are. Let me know where you're tuning in from. It's always nice to see who is following us from where. I've been trying to message every single person here in this group, which is more than 2,000 people, hopefully to give them some, or with a simple question. And my simple question was, you are in the group, you're not taking the challenges, you're not coming to the webinars. What's the deal? I mean, do you want help? Because many people tell me want help for free, but this group is free. There is a bunch of like, one of my favorite clients, Vicky, she keep telling me it's like you have so much things going on, and like she uses every single resources, and she actually in the program, so she's actually paying for it. But I said, there are so many things in the group that are for free. I don't understand why people don't take advantage of it. And usually some of that the time, the excuses is always the same. I have no time. There is too much to check, or there is, there are things that it doesn't pretends to me, and it's like, yeah, that's exactly why I'm asking questions. You don't not supposed to every single time you get asked questions nowadays, and I know it's not your fault because you've been conditioned so much from this coaching industry that every single time somebody asks you a question, they want to sell you something. Every time they want to, ask you a question is because they want to put them in your program or sell your product. Realistically, it's like, the perfect scenario in the perfect world, yes, but not because of the reason you think, uh, just because we want to help you, right? Because like if you are, you know, looking around for, years and years for a solution and you don't find a solution, chances are you're not meant to find a solution because the solution is not behind the information you're looking for. You know, if losing weight was so easy as Googling a diet, and everybody would be skinny. Why aren't they skinny? Because they do not conceptualize the information. So in other words, like you know what a 1,200 calorie diet is, but you don't know how to apply it to your life, right? So this is why I keep giving away stuff for free inside the group so that you can actually look at them and see if it's pertaining to you, if it fixes a problem, then chances are we can help you apply it. And also, when we ask you a question is because if you do answer correctly, meaning like not correctly, like there is a right or wrong answer, it's like if you answer to the question so that I can actually look, like, for example, what's holding you back from achieving a sustainable diet nutritionally, right? Oh, they told me not to hit carbs. Do you like carbs? Yes, I do. Okay, do you think like a ketogenic diet is gonna work? No. Okay, what are you gonna do next? Well, I'm gonna try intermittent fasting. I mean, it's always a restriction. What are the odds of you doing a good job on that if you do not understand that maybe you don't need restriction, maybe you don't need no carbs, maybe you do need to understand why carbs is a good idea. And if you told me, yes, I need carbs, I would tag you in a video that talks about carbs, right? But if I have no idea why you're even here and you're just here because you are also in 50 different groups, this is why I've been sending you a message to actually understand what can I do for you, right? Now I want to talk about the challenge, that the mini challenge we have. I mean, I don't know. Again, there should be many more people that take it because every time I talk to somebody, tell me, I want to learn how to eat, good food. I want to learn to lose fat without counting calorie. Well, this is the challenge for you, right? Many ladies, especially if you're in menopause or perimenopause, or if you over 40, or if you have a PCOS or something like metabolically going on, is created from problems that are created from food that are not from nature. Okay, processed food, and you're gonna be amazed at what processed food means, meaning like rice is like we went ahead here in this challenge and said you can still have your grains, you can still have your legume, well, legumes is from the nature, but you can still have your grains, your bread, your rice, you know but take away the other products, right? Meaning like, the pre-made product, pizzas and stuff like that, or limit those, to once a week or whatever, right? And if you just did that and you went with a lot of volume, like, fruit and vegetable, you even your hot meals, if you took your hot meals and you put them inside water, they pop up, you could literally like lose weight just doing that because, you know, one of the problems with weight loss, and this is why I always say to people, don't look at carb cycling, don't look at all these protocols which are so advanced that you don't hold the basis first. The basis first is simple, you know. First and foremost, the basis, you need to eat enough, but not too much. If you eat too little, your body's gonna starve. If you eat too much, you're going overboard with a calorie, and even if you eat healthy, it's not good. Secondly, you need to look at the basis, okay? So basis is simple. You know, you need protein, sure, macros, right? But you don't need so many protein. You don't need to eat a certain so much protein. You need to eat lean protein, okay? Lean. Everything that is including fat, fat has double the calorie than protein and carbs. So by nature, you're gonna gain weight. If not tomorrow, you're gonna gain it in a month. Remember, you don't gain weight in a day. You gain weight in a surplus of calorie, usually 3,500 calories, I believe, for half a kilo. 7,000 will be for a kilo. And that is over time. If your body is meant to hit 2,000 calorie and you hit 2,500 calories, so 500 more for a 7-day period, and you didn't burn it, then you would gain half a kilo, right? Now, if you eat a bunch of fat, even if it's avocado, even if it's nuts, even if it's healthy stuff, you're gonna end up storing it much easier, right? So if you were to um, think, how can I not count calorie? Well, simple. You just get fruit and vegetable, okay, carbs, right? You get some, if you're gonna get starches, you're gonna use things which are high in volume, like popcorn, like which is basically grain. You know, you pop it up, right? You're gonna use stuff like, you know, again, oats porridge, you know, like with a lot of water in there, right? And then you're gonna use, in the next video, I'm gonna show you how to kind of like go in a direction, either burn fat or burn sugar. Your body needs to learn to either use one or the other. You can use both. But for this challenge alone, we're gonna keep the fat to the minimal. You know, you're gonna keep the fat to the minimal, and you're gonna use only food coming from nature. Okay? You're gonna be amazed how hard it is. Literally, it's so hard, okay, to use food only from nature. If you just did that alone, you would probably use 3 or 4 kilos in this challenge. Simple. Why? Because you're not conditioned about it. And when you don't use food not from nature, including coffee, including energy drinks, including stuff that have caffeine in there, your body loses the ability for a minute to burn fat or sugar. Only can burn fat or sugar, not both. If you keep eating both, and if you keep eating, let's say, donuts or even stuff including those soups that include all the macros together, like some, you know, conservants or whatever it's called, like things to store these things, and then the salt in there, you retain water, there is a bunch of like grains in there, or whatever, you will teach your body nothing good about burning either. Okay, so you want to go with lean protein, you know, so crevet, crabs, you know, tilapia, those kind of fish which are lean. You want to be lean meats, you know, so obviously nothing with fat in there, and you probably want to pair that up with vegetable. Okay, I'm gonna make a review in a second about the food that you posted, and I'm gonna be more specific. But like I said, you want to be using volume first, okay? Volume first. So what that means is like you're going to be using, you know, fruits which are high in volume, okay? Non-processed, okay? And the secret trick that I want to say, everybody, not only for you filling up yourself quicker, because the water will, you know, expand your stomach, but also help you digest. You want to be drinking 30 minutes before you eat 1 or 2 glasses of water. Secret tricks number 2, you want to be eating carbonated water, okay, with bubbles in there, because it's going to expand even more. Okay, I'm not going to go into it because it's going to be a discussion not relevant from today, because food from nature doesn't include 0 calorie pop, zero whatever, right? But if it was another video, if we were not doing a challenge that everything has to be from nature, I would show you a study that was done from Coke Zero, okay, versus water. Guess what? Which one study? Guess what the study proved? Which group that took either, you know, Coke Zero or water lost more weight? You know, you would probably say water. No, it was Coke Zero. Why? Because Number one, there is the taste of sweet, which everybody looking for. Okay, so if you just drink something 0 calorie, you get a taste of sweet. So psychologically, you don't feel you're on a diet. Number two, the bubble expanded versus regular water, which blow you up, but doesn't expand your stomach. Okay, so it's expanding even more, therefore sending signal to your brain to the for the hunger levels to go lower. Okay, just so I give you perspective. So bicarbonated water, or like say, sparkling water, that's a very good choice with some lemon. And basically this is it. You're gonna be eating more. You can eat more if you want. Sorry. Um, then restrict, meaning like in this challenge, you're not supposed to restrict anything. It's about instead of eating the regular food that you're eating, just get food from nature. And I'm gonna make a review now. I'm gonna go very specific about what is nature and what not. And I'm gonna try to send some more information about it later down in the week. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you have any question, and let me know if you're taking the challenge, and let me know why you're not taking the challenge. If you're not taking it, you're still in time. Keep posting. It's really good. It's really, you're gonna learn stuff, and this is one of the few groups that you can learn stuff and getting paid to learn. The winner of the challenge, you get a small little prize, uh, and this is actually pretty good. There is gonna be something coming really cool. I highly suggest tomorrow night you go to the event. Go to the event. I'm gonna paste it also down below. Um, Roadmap, free roadmap for the summer. You can be selected to actually get the roadmap on the spot. And then you can also learn what it's gonna be like to go into the sprint of the summer, because it's gonna be a challenge coming up probably somewhere in May, or end of or end of April. And you can actually get a little bit of a bonus tomorrow if you come into that challenge. It's going to be a paid challenge. So if you come in tomorrow, maybe there is a way for you to actually get something out of it. Okay. Coach Jerry here. I talk to you soon. Bye bye.